Let's get started with the classic question, what is your major and what do you want to do with it? Thank you for these responses. So we have Bob over here who grew up on a farm and he's interested in continuing in that industry. We have Abby who is an experienced engineer already. We also have students who might be interested in the MLB or pet food development. I can see that we have such amazing and different pursuits here. This is where I can come in. I am Kinsey Davidson, an alumna of Kansas State University and the Communication Studies Department. I got that question all the time in college. What do I want to do? I found that most people don't know exactly how communication fits into professional settings, and that's okay. I am using my education for communication consulting. I work with Wildcat Communications Unlimited, which is a company that advises other businesses and professionals on how to create more productive work environments through communication. Sometimes our consultants travel to other cities to do this, and other times organizations come to us at our workshop in the Airport Marriott. I was invited to come here and speak with you all about the three most important things that you should remember and utilize in your professional careers. I learned them in this class, and you've learned them this semester as well. So let's take just the next 5 minutes to review these, and we'll leave you with some lasting information. Takeaway number 1, you are not your audience. Remember our secrets of business communication? Don't worry, I'm not squeezing all 10 into this one takeaway, but one of them is instrumental to guide most of our workplace interactions. You are not your audience. Jason Snyder and Lisa Frank are both professors that wrote an article in 2016 that outlines these secrets. They argue that this secret means that your audience's perspective is more important than your own. When Wildcat Communication works with our clients, we ask them about their business practices. How do they handle presentations with internal personnel? How do they handle it with external clients? Throughout this process, we can spot an issue if they explain their practices based on how their organization benefits rather than how it benefits the other party or their partnership. Our consultants advise this one secret, you are not your audience, so often because it reminds us to think of others within our professional relationships. Yes, there was the secret, communication equals relationships, but our clients didn't necessarily study communication and they didn't know what to do with that secret. So you are not your audience makes us think, who is? What do they need? What do they not need? How do we approach them in a way that shows that we have considered them thoughtfully? Takeaway number 2, small talk is serious business. This takeaway came from Carol Fleming, who has a PhD in communication disorders. She has worked as a personal communication coach and produced an audio work in addition to her 2018 book, The Serious Business of Small Talk. This book contains the chapter that your class read. One important concept of this is small talk is serious business. In my interpretation, I think this is because small talk is so ingrained within our interactions. Think about your everyday life on campus. You go to class with the same students every day. You maybe also have countless opportunities to interact with different people through your involvements. How do you use small talk in each of these situations? You might think that you don't or that it's not important, but I urge you to capitalize on all small talk opportunities. Make small talk with these people. Ask them how their day is. This leads you into the really good stuff. You can ask them about their interests and their different experiences, and maybe you'll learn information that can be useful to you or that will start a relationship. These small interactions maintain relationships and create connections that we wouldn't have otherwise. Good small talk can create better workplace environments and professional networks. Takeaway number 3, develop successful mentorships. Ralph Viator, Derek Dalton, and Nancy Harp authored an article discussing mentorship that is included in William Taylor's 2020 textbook, Exploring Relationships in Business and Professional Communication. At the time of authoring this work, Ralph and Derek both had PhDs and were professors, and Nancy was a PhD candidate. The article states that, quote, true mentors provide their proteges with both career support and social support, end quote. While I was a student at Kansas State, I worked as a resident assistant. Before the school year began, at our training, the Dean of Students and the Director of Housing and Dining Services came and spoke to us. Both of them welcomed us to set up appointments with them and get to know them better. At the time, I was too shy to do this, but one of my friends did. And one of them, in that meeting, they stood out to Dr. Jackson, and they continued to meet with our department director and was able to use him as a professional recommendation when he graduated. Your mentor doesn't have to be in such a high up position, but I challenge you to find one professional that you admire. Ask them to have a meeting with you to discuss their journey or advice that they have for others entering the field. Perhaps they can eventually be your mentor. So there you have it, the 3 takeaways from this course to utilize in your professional endeavors. Remember, number 1, you are not your audience. This is great advice for more formal professional encounters. The second, small talk is serious business. We have opportunities, big and small, to talk to those around us. Enjoy it, learn something, and maybe you'll wind up with a connection to use later on. Third, develop successful mentorships. Right now, you all are in the position to be mentored. Prepare yourself for what's to come next. At Wildcat Communication Unlimited, we value these 3 concepts because they cause you to consider your professional messages, your opportunities for professional relationships, and your opportunities to encourage professional growth. Thank you.